Today we're going off topic. Me and Kevin are going to talk about one of our most favorite actors in the world. We're going to talk about Val Kilmer. He passed away. I don't know anybody else in the world that loves Val Kilmer as much as I do. Maybe Kevin and maybe my wife. But anyway, we had to talk about Val Kilmer. We had to talk about his movies that we loved and just everything about him. Thomas, hit that intro.
Welcome to Saints Happy Hour podcast. We never skip a drink day.
Budrich wants to know how the doctor's doing.
That ended.
Now grab a drink and enjoy the show.
All right, everybody, welcome to another edition of Saints Happy Hour podcast. As always, we are brought to you by Hardhide, Ponchatoula Strawberry Whiskey. I got Thomas with me, running the show back and polling. I got Kevin. One of the YouTubes, hit the like button, hit that subscribe button. Today we're going off topic. This is in Saints. This is just me and Kevin. And Kevin, this is his idea, but I was like, we're doing it. We're going to talk about Val Kilmer because
it's not about this podcast is not about the Saints. But this podcast is about a guy who starred in a movie called The Saint.
The Saint. So it is kind of sort of Saints related.
Listen, we're grasping at things. We were going to cover this.
We don't care. We just want to talk about Val Kilmer.
Yeah.
And I have to say, Kevin, I might have to call my wife over because in the rotation of my wife's movies that she loves to watch, one of the maybe the most watched non-mob movie since I've known her is Tombstone. Like me and her quote Tombstone back and forth to each other all the time. And Val Kilmer, like he has so many movies to me. Top Secret is just, if you love the airplane movies, if you love the hot shot movies, those kind of the Naked Gun movies, to me, Top Secret is as good as any of them. He's got that. He's got Real Genius. He's got Top Gun. He's got Top Gun Maverick, which he was in for like 10 seconds, but it's amazing. Like even his Batman movie is really good. Like he's the Island of Dr. Moreau. Like he does so many great, and Heat. His movies are so good and so iconic. And for him, it made me sad that, everybody dies and we're all going to die. We're all going to go to whatever's next. But it made me sad that he got so ill with his voice. Like there's a big chunk that we didn't get from him, but what we got from him, they're so iconic. I would say, Kevin, if you had made me list my like 3 most favorite actors or 5, like he would be in there. Like I don't care that he didn't win awards. I don't care. Like he was so good and so iconic in so many of these movies. I was really sad when I saw that.
I learned. So 65 is too damn young.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe that's because I'm turning 45 later this year.
Yeah, it doesn't seem so far away.
But 65 just feels too damn young, especially when you take into account that we were robbed of the man's voice and his talent for the last several years of life. And the Top Gun Maverick appearance was, like just the 5-minute cameo or whatever, but it was something that Tom Cruise had apparently pushed for, and they managed to get it. They made it work.
It was so good. It was so good. And the thing about Top Gun Maverick is, in my opinion, it's one of the great sequels to movies.
Right.
Like it's not like The Godfather Part 2. But when you think of all the awesome movies that tried to do a sequel and the sequel just didn't work, right? And it's bad. Caddyshack 2 is an example. Like I just pretend it never happened, right? That movie, as I was watching it, I was thinking, this movie is incredible. But the thing that would have put it in the pantheon was it needed Val Kilmer to be his foil, not John Hamm. And then they bring in Val Kilmer just in the one scene, and I'm bawling, and I'm just like, this is incredible. It was just so perfect. But he has so many roles, Kevin, where it's like,
right.
I can't think of anybody else doing them.
Let me throw in two other things to try and, I'm trying to think, I can't think of the expression, but to tie this in maybe a little bit more to what we're about. So he was one of the celebrities that contributed or came down here after Katrina.
Mm-hmm.
So he got involved doing that. Notable for his charitable work. And then in 2009, he was Bacchus. Mm-hmm. So I just want to make sure I get that out there.
Yep.
So we've covered. But you were talking about his movie roles, and the first two movies that he makes are Top Secret, or wait, it was either it was Top Secret and Real Genius.
The 80s movie. If you're of a certain age,
84 and 85.
Those movies are like though I've watched those movies, I can't tell you how many times. Like me and my brother still quote Top Secret to each other. Like it's incredible.
When I heard that he had passed, the first movie that I thought about, and honestly, one of the previously, or typically when somebody brings up Val Kilmer, okay, you think Doc Holliday. But when I heard that he had passed, the first thing that I thought of was him in Real Genius.
Oh yeah,
because that was one of those movies that I would see either on HBO or replayed consistently on cable. Like I didn't see Top Secret until I was like in college.
Yeah.
And obviously I really enjoyed it, but Real Genius was my introduction to Val Kilmer as just like this cool, smart, hip, clever college guy.
Almost a jerk, not quite.
Right. Well, no, I mean that's what they had the other guy for, with the glasses, who, they put the little gimmick in his teeth and were telling him not to touch himself. Why can't I remember? I had his name on the tip of my tongue, his character name. I can't think of it now. But he was just like, that's what you wanted college to be. Like, that's who you wanted to know in college, was a guy like Val Kilmer in Real Genius.
Yeah.
Like, and obviously, Hollywood and whatever, and everybody gets a false sense of what things are supposed to be like. But that was what I thought college was going to be.
Well, and the scene in that movie where he goes over to the house and the girl is there, and he's like, the two guys there, he's like, "Did you see the body on her?" And the guy's like, "That's my daughter," and he doesn't get shook. And he just keeps on being cool, and it's just like, God, that's how I would want to be if I stepped on that landmine. And the dialogue with him and her going back and forth, where she's like, "Well, I need a guy who can take a hammer and drill his penis into a railroad track. Can you do that?" And he's like, "Not yet, but I'm working on it." And it's just that movie is so. That movie's so perfect. Top Secret is so perfect. And the thing that's crazy about him is he went from those movies, comedy, to The Doors, doing being Jim Morrison of The Doors, right? And it's incredible. And then Dr. Moreau, which Dr. Moreau is a weird, it's like excess. Like if you need to be in a mood to it's like eating a 5,000 calorie chocolate sundae. It's just excess everywhere. It's like Marlon Brando at his fattest, most crazy. Yeah. And it's just if you have that expectation, it's great. And but Kevin, he's even Heat is just Heat is an incredible movie, and he's incredible in it, Yeah. And you're talking about a guy, he's going Pacino, Robert De Niro. Like he's like there's scenes where he's in it and he's equal to them, and because sometimes you see these movies and you're like, that other actor, they're not really up to this task of being in this great movie with Al Pacino or Robert De Niro.
But the great thing is that on the DVD cover art, the VHS cover art, it's like he got his name on the poster, on the cover art with Pacino and De Niro. It's Pacino, De Niro, Kilmer, everybody else.
Yeah.
And it's like they don't just hand, they're not just handing that out. Like Michael Mann is not just doing that.
That's right.
For shits and giggles. Like the movie was sold on it being Pacino and De Niro, and then Val Kilmer just kills it the entire movie. And I get that it's a supporting role, and I get that a lot of his iconic roles are supporting, but the fourth movie he ever made, and I want to make sure I've got that right. Yeah, the fourth movie he ever made. So he goes from doing the two comedies to then being Iceman in Top Gun.
Mm-hmm.
And like right there, big, drastic change, total 180, and just absolute prick. And then he turns around and he does Willow.
Yeah.
Very Mad Mardigan. And he's like, and that's the other Val Kilmer movie that like I've seen way too many times.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just the confidence, the charm, complete, total buy-in. Total buy-in as like, yeah, this guy is like a master swordsman who is just like a medieval Han Solo. Like a more dickish Han Solo in a medieval fantasy. And it's totally believable. And then he goes on and does some other movie, and then he gets The Doors and kills it as Jim Morrison, doesn't get an Oscar nomination, doesn't get a Golden Globe nomination, didn't get nominated for Doc Holliday.
Well, here's that was my next point with this is I believe the Academy Award, if they wanted to get like higher ratings and have more fun, they should create an award, and it should be like, this is a like it's not a lifetime achievement award where you give it away to a person for like all the times you didn't let them win or whatever. No, this is a specific award where it's like, these movies, we didn't acknowledge their greatness at the time, but we came up with a formula of basic cable replays, social media, whatever it is. You come up with a formula, and we're like, we're renominating. We're giving this person, we're renominating these three people, and we're going to give them an award. Val Kilmer for Doc Holliday in Tombstone. Like, I don't give a damn what that is. An iconic role. Like, it will stand the test of time. That movie's damn near 30 years old now, I think. In 70. Yeah.
It's more than 30 years old.
In 70 years, in 100 years, it'll still be, because it's so absolutely positively perfect. And this is strange in that, like, all of the things about that movie, the quotes that are going like, oh, I didn't realize you were there. You may go now. Like, all of the quotes. But the one that I think like encapsulates that movie, how freaking amazing he is when they're doing the final battle with the Cowboys, right? And Powers Booth and all that. And one of the Wyatt Earp people says, Doc, you're sick as hell. Why are you doing this, man? He's like, Wyatt Earp is my friend. And the other guy goes, great, I got lots of friends. And Val Kilmer, instead of like giving this long monologue about how he loves Wyatt Earp and all this, he goes, I don't. And it's just so freaking perfect. Like, it encapsulates the Wyatt Earp and Doc Holliday relationship. And it's just one line. And it's just like, God damn, that's freaking like perfect acting. Like, here's the list. Here's the
Best Supporting Actor nominees for the Oscars that year. I have not seen one of these movies.
Here we go.
I have not seen one of them. But I've been told, I've heard people say that this guy was really good in it. So, Pete Postlethwaite for In the Name of the Father, John Malkovich from In the Line of Fire,
Pretty good.
Ralph Fiennes from Schindler's List,
Pretty good.
Leonardo DiCaprio from What's Eating Gilbert Grape, and the guy who won, Tommy Lee Jones in The Fugitive.
I mean,
that's a really good loaded category. And again,
that was supporting actor.
In the Name of the Father. I have not seen In the Name of the Father.
Yeah.
So, maybe you could have taken him off. Maybe you could have taken DiCaprio off. And put him in there.
Here's the thing.
But I would say that Val Kilmer as Doc Holliday is just as good as Tommy Lee Jones in The Fugitive.
I would say, as far as memorable and will live forever, Val Kilmer trumps every single one of them.
Yeah, because I would say the only one that's like, it's tough to say. Obviously, Ralph Fiennes is playing like a goddamn Nazi in Schindler's List. So it's tough to say, he's going to be really memorable beyond, this guy was detestable, like this character was deplorable. Tommy Lee Jones in The Fugitive is going to be memorable because of how great that role was and how great Tommy Lee Jones was in it. But I do agree that Val Kilmer will be more memorable as Doc Holliday in that.
Yeah. And here's the thing, like, Doc Holliday is on the screen a lot, but like, you think of Top Gun and you think of Iceman being iconic. Val Kilmer isn't even on the screen in Top Gun. I think it's less than 9 minutes of actual screen time. And yet he manages to say every word where his, like, the arrogance is like, he says it with his mouth, his like teeth pop. It's like everything he says. I don't know how he did that, but it's just, it's just incredible. But he's only on the screen for like 9 minutes. The other thing I want to say about Val Kilmer is there's this show, and it's called Life's Too Short. And it's created by Ricky Gervais. And I don't want to be disrespectful. It's like a short person, a dwarf, is the star of the show. And he's like a failed actor from Willow. Like Willow was his main. He's the.
Oh, yeah.
I can't think of his name.
Oh, damn it. I picture the guy. I've got the guy's face.
He's the guy. He's the guy in Willow.
Warwick Davis.
That's right. He's the guy in Willow, and his career's on the rocks, and he's trying to like restart his career. And they get like celebrities to be guest star, and they have a guest. Val Kilmer is a guest star. They're trying to raise money for Willow 2. They're asking everybody for $5,000, and he's partnered with Val Kilmer, and he's like, "Listen." Ricky Gervais is like, "Well, why do you need 50,000 pounds to do this?" And they're like, "Well, script writing and this." And Val Kilmer's like, "Well, I'm going to stay at this awesome hotel. And if you don't think I can wipe that minibar out 2 or 3 times during my stay, you don't know me. That's going to be at least 75,000 pounds on its own." And it's just like brilliant comedy. He's like wearing a scarf, playing it. And it's just, that show was 1 season. It's like a British show. So it's 1 season, 8 episodes, but it is so freaking good. And it's just a guest, just Val Kilmer being a guest star, playing himself. And it's incredible. And this thing, he was good at everything. Even like the movie The Saint.
Yeah.
One off. They wanted it to be a franchise. It didn't do as well as they thought. Like if you watch that movie, pretty damn good. So I don't know. Like we just had to do this.
He was great in Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
Yeah, Kiss Kiss. Like he's got, and the thing is, like people that are patrons and other people that are going to watch this on YouTube, or the patrons are going to listen. We're going to talk. We probably missed the movie that you're like, I loved him in, because he just did so much cool stuff, and I tell you what, pick your 5 favorite Val Kilmer movies. I would say. Tombstone number 1.
Okay.
Top Secret number 2.
Okay.
Real Geniuses, Heat, and I don't know. Kiss Kiss Bang Bang Baby, or I like The Island of Dr. Moreau for its ridiculousness.
Listen, I like the the absolute knuckleball pitch on that one. I like that. I appreciate that.
I mean, thing is, when I want to watch it, it's incredible, but like only like once a year. It's just, but it's too much. It's too much.
Okay. So my five are going to be. I'm going to end up having to cut one of these damn things out that I really love.
Because you get the Doors.
Because listen, this guy, like, he was in so many good movies.
That's right.
And look, obviously, The Island of Dr. Moreau, The Saint, they're not great. But they're enjoyable that you would in fact go back and revisit them and have fun doing it. So my five would be, and this is in no order. And I'm mentioning this one first because we never mentioned it before, and I would tell anybody to track this one down and watch it. The Ghost in the Darkness.
Ooh, see, yeah.
Val Kilmer. I can't remember if he's British or something in this movie, but he is in Africa, and they're building a railroad track, and these two lions are constantly attacking
eating people.
Villagers. Yeah, like they're eating people. It's like a monster movie and a ghost story with Val Kilmer like having to hunt and kill lions, and it's great.
Michael Douglas is the
Michael
expert
Douglas
lion
is in
hunter.
it, like as like some weird like he's like this hunting expert or whatever, and Val Kilmer's just thinking about saving the villagers, and like he wants his wife and kid to come and live with him there, and it's a pretty I don't think it's that long of a movie.
No.
And I just remember it seeming tight and well told, beginning to end, and based on a true story.
Yeah.
I think some of it, I think a lot of it was embellished, but it is based on a story that was out there.
Michael Douglas, it's like if Dr. Moreau is like a 5,000 calorie sundae, Ghost in the Darkness is like a 2,500 calorie sundae, because Michael Douglas is over the top in this movie as
he's dining on things.
And your miles may vary if you can tolerate Michael Douglas just being over the top ridiculous.
Right. So I say Ghost in the Darkness. Mm-hmm. I'll throw Heat in there.
Mm-hmm.
Tombstone.
It's so hard because you got to put. There's a bunch you can't put on. I didn't put Top Gun on.
I'm gonna zag and not put Top Gun on this. I'm gonna put Willow on there.
Yeah,
Top Gun's overrated.
And I'm gonna put Real Genius on there. Like, that'll be my five.
It's so hard. I hope people enjoyed. I think people are gonna like this podcast. I think it's not gonna anger them, but I think like Willow is not a movie that like I've seen it. It's okay, but Willow is a movie that a lot of people hold very dear to them, and as like a childhood.
If you caught it at a young age, it's one of those like, oh, this stays with you.
Yeah, this stays with it's one of the, so like there's a lot of these Val Kilmer movies that like people, we love them and we feel like there's people that feel about Willow that I feel how I feel about Top Secret. And like I get that we didn't talk about all of them, but I hope you enjoyed this. Me and Kevin, we just went off course, and we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this pretty regularly. Try to do it in the off season. Just because, man, we want to talk about what we want to talk about. So thanks to Kevin. Thanks for Thomas hanging out with us extra long as we record all these podcasts. We appreciate you, Thomas. You're the best. Guys, thanks for joining us. And until next time, the bar is closed.